Good morning. Well, semi-good morning, everyone. This is a kind of a quick Lyons Den LYONCAST Redeye stream. Not happy news, unfortunately. Let me get Rumble moving here. Get Rumble past its pre-roll BS, which I wish I could just automatically skip. Got some really rough news happened overnight. Wasn't gonna come on earlier, but I wanted to see if anything else developed. We are really okay. Just want to make sure, because my mic settings are weird at times. Not good news. I will say, it's time for this shit to stop. This shit needs to stop. Over here at, let me scoot myself as much as possible. There we go. All right. Over here at CNN, if I get it to go, there we go. Two Israeli embassy staff members were killed outside the Jewish Museum in Washington, D.C. What you need to know, two embassy staff members were killed in a shooting outside the Capitol Jewish Museum in Washington, D.C., where the American Jewish Committee was hosting an event on Wednesday night. The man and woman, had their lives taken, were identified as Yaron Lishinsky and Sarah Milgram. They were a young couple about to be engaged. People who watch me know my stance on this whole Israeli-Gaza thing. I don't think America should be involved. I don't think the world should be involved. I think everybody needs to turn their backs and let this be ended. This decades long war, because everybody gets involved. I saw some people bitching on a couple shows today. Proportional response. And I actually finally heard somebody say something right. Are you kidding me? How many of you in the UK, how many people that were civilians were ended in that war, in World War II? Shitloads. That is war. That's why it's nasty. It's why we don't want to have them. That's why we don't want to fight them. This BS with this, where Israel's response is unproportional. Proportional response keeps it going. Every time something gets close to a resolution, good or bad, I'm not taking a stance on that, good or bad, somebody steps in and stops it. Resets it or goes, please have a little restraint. And then we turn around and 6 months, 5 years later, whatever, we're right back where we were. You got one side lobbing rockets daily inside Israel, and then Israel has a problem. It goes back and forth. United Nations needs to fuck off and stay out of it. America needs to fuck off and stay out of it. Everybody needs to fuck off and stay out of it. Imagine if World War II had been fought this way. We'd still be fighting it. It would never be over. We would have unlimited deaths just keep going on and on. Everybody needs to turn their back, walk away, and let this be settled between these people. Let it go. Because I'm telling you, I do not care at this point which side wins, as long as it ends so the killing can stop. This is dumb. Just never ending. We get to a point where maybe there's a resolution one way or another and somebody steps in the way. Whether it's a peace deal that somebody steps in and goes, no, don't take that. Or one side is just going to end the other. And somebody stops it, so then it starts over and over and over again. Sooner or later, it becomes more, economical for life itself to just let one side beat the other one down enough where they must surrender, or else they will be ended. Because this continual ending of people's lives, decade upon decade upon decade upon decade, on both sides, just is way too costly. It's stupidly costly. And I do not want to hear anybody bitch about proportional. Go back and look at every war in history. You never won any war by proportional response. Somebody attacks you, you end their ability to do it again. You go until they submit. That's it. Instead of this, Israel gets to go in and they go, stop. That's so horrid. No. Every time they back off, it comes back at them again. I'm just tired of it. I'm not taking a side. It needs to stop. The sole suspect was identified as a 30-year-old Elias Rodriguez from Chicago who chanted, "Free, free Palestine," while in custody, police said. Eyewitnesses told CNN the suspected shooter waited for police to arrive before saying he did it for Gaza. This shit's got to stop. It's done. We aren't doing this on our shores. And I have a problem. What the absolute hell is wrong with the youth of America? Yeah, 30 years old don't sound that young, but you know what? What is wrong with people in America that they have more of a stock in what's going on in Israel and Gaza? I don't give a shit which side you're on. But what is wrong with American citizens? Somehow they've got more feeling and stock in Israel, Gaza than any of the other much, much worse conflicts going on in this world. Where are they on the Chinese and the Uyghurs? Where are they on some of the absolute pure atrocities going on in, well, I believe this, I'm not sure it's Sudan, but some of the African nations? There are multiple conflicts going on that are much, much worse than the Israeli-Gaza thing. But hey, there ain't no feeling on that. I'm sorry, but from a layman standpoint, a guy that has no standing in this, it does seem like there's a lot of Jew hate here. I know how else to put it. It seems like a lot of anti-Semitism. And I don't like it, and we don't need it here. Hate has no place here. I don't care if you don't like black people, white people, any of it. Jewish people, I don't care. Fuck off. We're done with this. We are not going to have American citizens having such a deep stock in this BS life, decades-long war going on over there. Hey, I got an idea. To all you free, free Palestine morons, how about you stand up and pay this much attention to your own country? How about you look around the rest of the world at all the other much, much worse atrocities going on? Why are you silent on these? Where are the marches for these? No, you've picked, you choose. It's the lefty, it's the lefty cause of the moment. It's sick, and we are not going to have this. And by the way, this guy just screwed it for every one of you pro-Palestine marchers. At least people would let you do that stuff before. Now you are a terrorist organization. You have taken lives on our soil. And yeah, a young couple that you have no idea if they had anything to do with any of this. I know lefties are the type that, well, it doesn't matter, they're Israeli, they're all guilty. All white people are guilty too of racism and stuff. But hey, you can't hold all black people when some are gangbangers. You can't, all black people are bad. You can't say all Gaza people are Hamas. Oh no. You pick and choose. I'm done with this shit. Stupid. You now are going to be a hate group officially and can be labeled a terrorist group. Good luck with some of your marches now. This guy just screwed your cause. President Donald Trump said anti-Semitism, hatred, and radicalism have no place in the USA. 100%. Attorney General Pam Bondi said she spoke with Trump multiple times. That federal agencies will work hand in hand with D.C. authorities to do everything we can to keep our citizens safe. Yes, I'm done with this. This don't get to happen again. To all of you Palestinian supporters, you Hamas supporters, you free Palestine people, you don't get this again. This is done. You are now a hate group, officially. You've taken lives on our soil. Witnesses described to CNN the shock, confusion unfolded at the Capitol Jewish Museum, and this person sounds like they just come right up to him. This younger couple walked right up to him. Don't know who he was doing it to. Just boom. Just didn't care. Hate. Hate for hate's sake. This is the hate Trump has had to go through. Trump supporters have had to go through. All the left does is hate. And hey, if any of you lefties watch this later, refute me. Show me where you are doing something that is not just hate for hate's sake. You hate Trump. You hate Trump supporters. You hate Republicans. You hate Israelis. Hate, hate, hate. I'm tired of it. I think most of America's tired of this. We don't want this. You lefties got to riot in your summer of love crap. Fiery, mostly peaceful. Billions in damage. Lives lost. 36 plus lost. Thousands injured. Many for life. Screw this. America's tired of you lefties being violent, hateful, and rioting. This just damaged your cause. Now all people are going to see is you guys took lives on our soil, on our streets. Shooting took place outside the building, ending the victims' lives, who Israeli officials later identified as Yaron Lishinsky and Sarah Milgram. They had been leaving an event when the gunman opened fire. So attendees saw a man run into the museum. He seemed shaken. So many assumed he had been a bystander or eyewitness. Several asked if he was injured. Security guards offered him water. He didn't interact much with other attendees, said 31-year-old attendee Yanni Kalin. I wanted to ask if he was okay, and he muttered, "Call the police," again and again. He said he was okay. Then he asked if he was shot. He said he wasn't. Wow. So this lunatic then walked in and was interacting with other people in there, and I'm assuming some were Israeli. What the absolute hell is wrong with you people? Just stupid. Moranuzzi also described the man as asking security to call police and that he was having erratic behavior. Wow. Biden moment. It was only when the police arrived around 10 minutes later the man said he was responsible for the crime, stunning those around him. Yeah, if you're Israeli, holy crap. He said, I did it for Gaza, free Palestine. Yeah. So then you got to be wondering, was this guy sitting next to me and talking to me this whole time with a firearm? It could have blown me away too. That is horrifying. Siegel was shocked too. He was so shaken when I spoke to him that he seemed harmless. This guy just ruined his whole life for something that doesn't mean anything to his life. He destroyed his whole life, his family's life. I just didn't realize he's a perpetrator. Police have since identified the suspect as Elias Rodriguez, 30 years old, from Chicago, Illinois. Yes, a lefty bastion of insanity and violence anymore. Rodriguez, and I get to say that. I live in Illinois. I know what Chicago used to be compared to what it is now. Rodriguez was not previously known to police. Well, that's good to know, so we don't get to hear he was known, but, we didn't do jack shit. At least we don't have to have that. Who said they believed he was the sole shooter? We'll see. As of late Wednesday night, he was being questioned by the FBI and D.C. police. Kalin said around 50 people attended the event. Where was the firearm when this guy walked into the museum, was talking to these other Israelis? What was it? He blew off his steam, so he's okay after taking out two? Then he was okay to walk in and talk to these people? Maybe it hit him what he just did. Maybe common sense woke up. I'm not being nice about this. I am tired of this crap. I am all for turning the whole area into a fucking glass factory right now. If we're dragging the rest of the world into this conflict, I give a rat's ass about either side at the moment. We can't have people in our country doing this crap over something clear around the world that most of these people doing this have zero real idea about. 2 Israeli staffers were assassinated outside the Jewish Museum in Washington, D.C. This is the terrorist, Elias Rodriguez, who ended a Jewish couple. But then he walked in. What the shit is with this little jackass? The balls to walk in and talk to other Israelis after this?
Free Palestine!
I mean, free Palestine. Well, guess what? Your free Palestine chant is now going to be a hate chant and the chant of a terrorist organization. Good job there. Chicago, Illinois. Not good. I'm sorry if I come in a little hot on this, but we cannot have this. Oh. I mean, I didn't have my headphones on here, but I thought I listened to it earlier. Is this the one I had where he was yelling? I thought I had one where he was yelling.
Free Palestine! Free Palestine!
So when anybody denies what this guy is or who he is, right there. No. What a piece of shit. I got nothing. No shits to give anymore. The ability to listen, a little bit of listen to these people, to what's going on in Gaza and stuff, it's gone. You just screwed yourselves. We've been waiting for this, unfortunately. We knew this was going to happen. A lot of people were calling this out. Big pundits, small pundits, average people, the interviews on the street, people have been seeing this coming. You better pull yourselves back, lefties. And yes, this is the left. You've crossed every line now. Yep. Not only did he shout it before carrying out the assassination, but he shouted it when he's being arrested right there. Imagine the shock of those people to find out that he walked back in to this Jewish museum event and was talking to other Israelis. You know, wow. Here they were trying to help this guy they thought might got hurt or something. Insanity. Press conference, D.C. Mayor Bowser confirmed this is being investigated as an act of terrorism. Yeah. The chief of police confirmed that 2 people passed away at the scene. Yep. So this asshole traveled clear from Chicago. Clear from Chicago to do this in Washington, D.C. And then suddenly after he does it, maybe something kicks in. Sounds like he flipped out a little. And they're chatting with other Israelis. Make it make sense, guys. I know I'm dragging here a little bit. Make it make sense. Preliminary reports are showing it appears to be a pre-planned attack. Well, duh. An event was being held at the Jewish Museum. Gunman fled on a motorcycle. He didn't flee very far. Sounds like he just walked right back in. 2 Israeli staffers, yeah. This is a proper response. Leftists are out of control. Yeah, done. No more. I don't know. Biden's policies emboldened extremists and gutted law. Yeah, they did. Yeah. Yep. Well, this is what we got. Yeah. Yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I have nothing else to say. This is stupid. We can't. We just can't have this here. Hey, Connie, I'm just about to get off here. It's like you always know when I'm about to leave. I was just coming on quick to talk about this DC shooting. I mean, we can't have this. These people have no connection to what's going on over there. None of us really do. Very few of us in this country have any connection to this, let alone should have enough connection to be so hateful to travel halfway across the country to go end. So it sounds like a young couple is going to be married. Randomly just pick them and end them because they're Israeli. Hey, Far North. How's it going, man? But no, this is just a short, quick thing. I just wanted to come on and talk about this before I went to bed. I was waiting, checking out news, see if anything new happened last few hours. And oh, cool, Connie. Now, what do you? Okay, hey, since you guys are here, what do you think? I think that this guy just did very big damage to any actually peaceful Palestinian supporters. Now the whole free Palestine chant is gone, done, because everybody's going to see it as as for what it is, a violent, anti-Semitic chant, and it's the chant now of a terrorist organization, 100%. 100%. And I'm sorry, but we can't have this on our soil. And I know I'm laying this at the feet of the left, but this is lefties. This is the same jackassery, the same morons that gave us the summer of love. They don't need a reason. They just take any reason to riot. It could be Black Lives Matter. It could be George Floyd, who was a total piece of crap. Yet he was worth rioting and destroying huge parts of cities, getting 36 people deleted from this planet, thousands injured, and SA assaults and everything else. Yeah, getting cops blinded, getting people injured for life, billions of dollars damage for that turd. It's an excuse. The left are violent. All they need is reasons. They pick a reason today. It could be Israel today. It could be George Floyd yesterday. It could be anything. They just pick it. And it's time we shut them down for this. This is not free speech. When you're destroying cities, taking over areas, attacking people, and I'm done with the narrative of the right is violent because of J6. One. Some morons on the right did one thing. May 29th, 2020, Washington, D.C. riots. Tried to break into the White House. Injured over 200 police and Secret Service. Broke down fences and burned 2 guard posts on White House grounds. Burned a church across. Decimated a lot of the downtown. Screw you, lefties. That right there more than negates J6. And then we want to talk about the year plus of riots in this country and damage. Do we want to talk about Ferguson, which was a bullshit thing too? Let's keep going. There's tons of them. The narrative of the right being the violent ones is done, media. We're done listening to you. Everybody knows you're full of shit. The Biden thing was the final nail. You lied. You are liars. We're done. I do not want to hear that narrative anymore from you. But yeah. You can call him Far North, Bunny. Has ruined peace for sure. Thank you, 100%. Yeah, I mean, the very fact, as I was reading, this guy walked in and was talking to people, then and stuff. It's like, whoa. I got And I don't know if you guys heard, I played the video clip. He yells, "Free, free Palestine." He yells it as he's being arrested. So I don't know if you guys caught that, but right here. Let me see here. He yells it. Listen right here. I'm about to get off here and then I gotta get some more sleep.
Free, free Palestine!
There it is.
Free Palestine! Free, free Palestine!
That's it. Good job, people. You are now a terrorist organization. Let's see. Trying to see what you feel so back on here. It's easier to wait and see if I'm not right. Well, about what, Connie? Has run peace for sure. About what, Connie? I just think it's okay. All right, left. This is the game you want to play. You've been ramping it up. Ramping up the rhetoric, ramping up the violence. We're not doing this time. The government knowing. So far, I read that for once we're not getting a statement from the police or anything. They're actually saying this guy was not known. They come right out and say it. Usually, they never hide it. If somebody's known to the police or the government, they come right out. Yeah, they were known to us, but you know, oopsie. This, they're right out saying he wasn't known. Didn't have any record of this crap. So I don't think they knew maybe this time. I think for once, this is a fresh one. This is a moron, a lefty moron, who's been groomed for the last 10 years to hate. Think about it. Ever since this guy was 20 years old, he's heard hate, 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 hate from the media, from the Democrats. Now it's in his head. Then he latches on to this Israel, Gaza, free, free Palestine crap from the left. And that just really brews that hate. Where are these assholes to be pissed about all the actual genocides going on around the world? China and the Uyghurs? The actual major genocides going on in Africa, parts of the Middle East? They're not worried about any of that. They picked this. Why? I would say because of this right here. Right there. Right there. That little word I just, bold-faced. Yeah. They got to have something to hate. Right now, it's the Jewish people. So, when you got gays for Palestine, these people have zero clue what they're arguing for or against. You're gay? You're for Palestine? You're trans for Palestine? Hop on over there. See how that works for you. Go for it. These people have zero clue what they're marching for or against. That's it. Jack guy against Pee Wee at the Donald? Yeah, exact. Pew Pew at the Donald? Yeah, 100%. The guy we still know nothing about. Because all of our intelligence agencies can't break into his phone or computer. Oh. Yeah, whatever. I'm going to say the government didn't know this time. I'm going to say this is a fresh one. Programmed by the media and the Democrats for 10 years. Programmed. They've gone nuts. They've gone pure nuts because all they've been fed is hate, hate, hate. You just look at what is always said but from the left these days about Israel and Gaza and that crap. See, they were known. I don't know. They haven't said this time. They said unknown. This guy was not known. But you look at a lot of the past idiots like this. They go, oh, yeah, they were known by law enforcement. The very fact they're not saying that this time says this is a freshie. This is the danger we have in all these free Palestine nutbags. They won't be allowed to take over buildings anymore. They can't. Because now, once you've done this, all it takes is one more to copycat and feel like a martyr. All it took was one to, unfortunately, break the ice. Brainwash the mainstream media. Yeah, 100% Far North. You're 100% right. And it's not just in America. A lot of first world nations and Western, the Western world or whatever is going like this. We're got a lot of troubles in the world right now. I mean, whew. All right, guys. If you got any questions, feel free to ask. Other than that, I'm going to hop out of here. Here, Bowser, yeah, just whatever. Being confirmed act of terrorism, yada. Maybe Bowser can do something right for once. Media's the same here. Yes, I know it is, Far North. I use my VPN and watch your news. I do. And I read and I pay attention to some of your own social media people. So, yeah. It's even worse in the UK and parts of Canada. But, yeah, you guys are actually more level than definitely UK and Canada right now. Oh, by the way, before I leave out, Far North, now that I got you on here, buddy, how's Paul? Last time I messaged him, he's still waiting and stuff, and So, I'll hang on here until I get an answer from the other. I got to get out of here. FBI, Kash Patel, I'll read this while I'm waiting. My team and I have been briefed on the shooting tonight in downtown D.C., outside the Capitol Jewish Museum and near our Washington field office. While working with the MPD to respond and learn more in the immediate, please pray for the victims and their families. We will keep the public updated as we are able. Yes. I got a book. Oh, man. Is that the couple? That's uncool. Look at that. They were going to be engaged. Not cool. This is them on BBC. Oh, wow. Unfortunate couple. That is sad. He's the same. Was talking with him tonight. Still no word. Jeez. The left probably been pushed. They have, Connie. 100%. You got tiny people like me all over them been saying that. You got big pundits like Crowder and Tim Pool and Phil Labonte, and there's plenty of others out there. They've been saying this shit is coming. They've been amping it up. They've been getting more and more rabid, more and more dangerous. And here it is. Well, freedom of speech is one thing, but now they've crossed the line. Now they can be classified as a terrorist organization. So hopefully we can stomp it out. I'm done with it. Once you go to this level, it's over. Wow, some of these people. ABC has got ABC Noticias. They've got some other pictures of the guy protesting right here. Ooh. That's something. Look at that. There he is. Yep. Good grief. Just check. Yep, there he is under arrest. Well, good job. That just became the face of your movement there. Free Palestine. So, yeah. Looks young. He's 30. 30 years old from Chicago. Looks like a standard lefty protester. Protests a lot. All right, guys. I do have to get out of here. I need some actual sleep. Thanks for stopping in. Send all prayers to the families of these poor people. I feel for their families. I'm not really very religious, but any prayers I got, any hopes to the family. And I am going to count a little bit of blessing that nobody else, that this idiot, I doubt he had a firearm with just 2 bullets or whatever. I'm glad he didn't hit anybody else or didn't decide to take out anybody else. And since this is an act of terry clothism, I hope they go for the death penalty and end him. I know that's bad. I don't like to tout that. Or how about this? I would say, how about life in jail? Never out. I don't know. I just don't know what we do with terrorists like this. I mean, wow. All right. Well, Connie, good. All right, guys. Yes, such an idiot. I got to get out of here. Talk to you guys later. And I'll wake up later and see what's become of this. But I am hoping that, I'm hoping there's nobody else involved in this. This moron just did it himself. I really am. Thanks, Far North and Connie and anybody else lurking in the background and the people on Rumble. I see a couple. Okay. All right. Have a good one, guys. Sad news, and it needs to be nipped in the bud right here. No more, no farther, not again. Talk to you guys later.